Well, first I would say you need to stop telling yourself you can't get girls.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Locario. I like him already. You know what? I was going to write him off at the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah,
Let this man speak.
Bed. Love.
Bed.
Bed.
Love.
Beyond.
Beyond.
Bed. Love. Beyond. Bed. Love. Beyond.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Bed Love Beyond, the podcast for the hopeful and the hater in us to discuss sex, love, and whatever's clever with like-minded people like you who are also in limbo with love.
Like us.
I'm Martini.
I'm Jen.
And today's episode is episode 90, Going Out on the Prowl. And we have, yeah, if you have a topic you want us to explore or have any questions you want to ask, you can write us at bedlovebeyond@gmail.com or text us at 201-862-8BED. That is 201-862-8233. And today we have a special guest. He's been featured on VH1, Fuse, the Dish Network, TLC, ABC Family, the Tyra Banks Show.
ABC Family.
Right? And Anderson Cooper. He is a dating coach and author of several books, including the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. I'm going to need 2 copies of that. And
Oh, God.
we have the bad boy of the dating game, Mr. Locario. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I am good.
I didn't know all that.
So that's
I've
amazing.
got questions.
But that's pretty cool, man. Great accolades. That's awesome. I'm glad that you're doing well.
Cool. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so first off, I mean, tell us about yourself. How'd you get started in this? How'd you become a dating coach?
Yeah, well, basically, before I was doing this, I was working in after-school programs. I used to do video production, so I also still do some video production with my business partner. We'd film weddings and music videos for people, stuff like that. But the reason why I got into coaching was I wanted to do something that was my own thing, my own business. So I sort of brainstormed it and was like figuring out things that I was good at. So my business partner, he told me, he's like, hey, you're good at talking to women. So he's like, what can we do with that? So I used to help him and my other friends talk to women. I was like the guy out of the group that was comfortable talking to girls at parties and doing all the other stuff. So I started to help my friends, and then through that I started to help other random people. And then I was like, okay, let me start doing some videos on YouTube. So it kind of started with me putting a lot of material out on YouTube, and I was getting a lot of emails from people asking me questions, and then that turned into more videos, and people started to ask me to write articles for their sites. And then I started writing, more articles that turned into books, that turned into, more videos. So it kind of just snowballed from there. And then I just kept it going. And then I started to coach women, too, because I was getting a lot of questions from women. And then I was just giving them a lot of things from the male perspective, and that was helping them, with their dating lives. So then it just kind of, kept it going. And that's where we're at now today,
That's cool.
How many years have you been doing this?
Oh, man, it's almost been 10 years now.
Are you married?
Yeah.
Single?
Yeah, I'm married. I'm married right now.
Oh, okay. Shocker.
But I'm in an open relationship, so I always tell people that
you should have talked to our last guest.
Wow. Okay. So wait, you're married and in an open relationship?
Yeah. So I'm married, but I still date around. So that's keeps my game sharp. My ear to the streets.
All right.
And now is your wife allowed to date?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, she's allowed to date other guys, see other guys, stuff like that. Yeah.
And you're okay with that? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, of course. I want to keep it even. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I understand keeping it even, but you okay with that though? Somebody's going in on your wife.
Yeah, of course. I look at it like this. It's just like if you met someone today, they probably are dating someone else too while they're dating you. It's the same thing. But the thing is with marriage, people think that, and I've talked about this before, people think labels or the label of what you are changes the actual thing that you're doing. The label isn't the thing. The thing is the thing. You see what I mean? So
yeah.
It's a different thing that people got to sort of understand. It's looking at it from an objective point of view to actually have good relationships versus thinking about what the label is and focusing too much on the label. So, that's a whole nother thing.
No, you're right.
Right.
Wow. Okay. How many subscribers do you have on YouTube?
It's up to like maybe like 13,000 right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That was a healthy
like
number.
Hitting there like 12,900 something.
Okay,
You know.
nice.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so why did you adopt the name Bad Boy? Like, are you trying to teach men to be gentlemen or to be players?
Now, well, the thing is, the reason why I chose Bad Boy is because, see, the bad boy, when it comes to the context of dating and relationships, the bad boy is the opposite of the nice guy. So what it is that the bad boy is actually the more honest guy. You always hear people say like, oh, women always want the bad boys. The reason why women want the bad boys is because the bad boys are honest. The nice guys are actually the dishonest guys. Those are the guys who are pretending to be nice because they think that's what they're supposed to do in order to get women. You see what I mean? So the thing is, when I talk to guys and I teach guys how to get girls, I tell them you got to be authentic, and that's the thing that makes you attract women. So the bad boy is more authentic because the bad boy has more of a balance. So the bad boy, he might act like a jerk, but at the same time, there's times where he's actually nice to the girl. So there's more of a balance. So she trusts him more than the nice guy. The nice guy is always nice. So she's like, what is wrong with this guy? Who is he really? He's just pretending to be nice so that I will like him. And women sort of, they can sense that. They can see that it's phony.
You don't think there are really nice guys?
Say that again?
You don't think there are really nice guys?
No. See, that's the thing. There's a difference between a good guy and a nice guy. So a nice guy is the guy who pretends to be something he's not in order to get you to like him. So, for example, if I was being a nice guy and I was on a date with you, you might ask me a question about something, and instead of me giving my honest opinion, I'm gonna tell you something you want to hear, or I think you want to hear.
Okay.
So I'm just agreeing with you all the time. I'm sort of like kissing up to you. I'm doing everything you want me to do, and the woman is like, "What's up with this dude? Like he's, he seems weird. He doesn't seem natural." And so so when I call myself the bad boy of the dating game, I'm trying to tell people that this is a more authentic way to go at it. You understand, when it comes to interacting with people and, learning how to communicate and make things go down,
Or she falls for it and then her life turns into a Lifetime movie. And she's missing it in a lake.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
So I've seen countless times from your testimonials on your website of your no-nonsense approach. Why is it so important to you to keep it real?
Well, the thing is that at the end of the day, you just want to, cut through the BS, because the problem with relationships usually is because, people, when you meet them, they're trying to, either like pretend to be something they're not, or they're trying to make a good first impression. And it's just like, at the end of the day, once you get with that person, later on, you're going to be like, they're going to switch up and you're going to see the real them. And you're going to be like, well, who is this person? And so I would say, just put the real person out first, so that both people, are starting off on an authentic foot. So they say, okay, well, this is who I am, accepted or rejected. And the other person's like, this is who I am, accepted or rejected. So that you save a lot of time from really getting into situations that you don't really want to be in. So this is why a lot of times, women get their heart broken, guys get played, or whatever it is, because everyone's trying to front and fake at the beginning to try to sort of get what they want, instead of just being authentic and attracting people who are going to be attracted to the type of person you are. You see what I mean? So I always say, start off being who you are, just be who you are, period. You understand? And then what you're going to do is you're going to attract the type of people who actually like you. So everyone's trying to save face and trying not to get rejected, or trying not to be in a situation where they're meeting people who don't connect with them. Everyone's scared to get rejected. They're scared to not make that connection. But it's okay to get rejected. It's okay to not make that connection. You just got to keep going and interact with people, and then the people who are really into who you are going to connect with you when you meet them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
You feeling enlightened already?
Yeah, sound advice. No, because I'm just listening, because I'm going through a situation right now, and that just applies. So thank you for that. So other than your critically acclaimed book, you've written two others: The Magnificent 10, Crucial Dating Tips for Men, and also It's Your Fault You're Single, Tips on Finding Mr. Right. Can you tell us about them?
Yeah, so The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men, that was the first ebook that I wrote. So it was like almost like a small manual for guys, just 10 quick tips that would teach guys how to interact when they're dating women. And one of the tips actually was, talking about how you're actually not a nice guy, so stop acting like a nice guy. So I sort of teach guys, look, just be natural, and you're going to be more attractive to women. Stop trying to be that nice guy. And also, It's Your Fault You're Single, Tips on Finding Mr. Right. That's the book for the women. And so the reason why I titled it It's Your Fault You're Single is because I wanted to let women know that they actually have the power to, change their situations in their dating lives. Because for a lot of women, they've been taught to be extremely passive when it comes to their relationships. And so being, extremely passive, that's going to make the situations not work in your favor most of the time. Now, it's not something where, you need to be all the way, assertive and aggressive all the time. But there are times where you need to sort of step up and take responsibility for your situation that you're in when you're dealing with men. So, ironically, it's not really a lot of women's fault because they've been taught that in the society that they have to just sort of lay back and wait for the guy to come to them. You know what I mean? And I'm teaching women that, no, you don't have to wait. You can actually go and take those steps to get the guy you want.
That scares some guys, though, you don't think? No,
see, the thing is, a guy is not going to be scared of a woman actually being assertive towards him if he likes her. You understand what I'm saying? And usually this is the thing, most guys are lazy and we don't feel like having to do all the work. So if a woman is giving the guy a sign, or she's letting him know, like, hey, I'm interested in some form or fashion, that makes the game easier for him. Because most guys are out here lonely and they're trying to get a girlfriend or they're trying to get dates, but they're like, oh, I got to put in so much work. I got to talk to all these girls, and I'm talking to, a few girls, and none of them are getting back to me. So when you show interest, it's like, oh my goodness, this girl is actually showing interest. And I always say it like this: what makes a woman extremely attractive to a man is when she stands out. So imagine you actually were in a party and you just walked up to a guy and started talking to him. You're probably the only woman in the world that has ever done that to him, or he's experienced that with. So you're going to stand out way more than every other woman who hasn't done that. You see what I mean?
Right.
And so that will actually, make him gravitate towards you.
I have no problem being alpha. It's my strong suit.
No, that's pretty cool. So, so I've noticed you have 2 different newsletters, one for the men and one for the women. So what are the sexes learning? Are they learning about themselves, or are they learning how to attain the other?
Pretty much both. It's, for men, I always say that men have to sort of understand what they're about, who they are, the things that they want to do, what they want to accomplish, and then, find women who sort of complement that, but also at the same time, they have to understand how to speak women language. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem with a lot of guys, is guys don't know how to speak women language. And on the opposite end, it's the same thing for women, is that, I tell women, hey, you got to figure out what you want, what you're about, the things that you actually like and don't like, and be honest with yourself about it. And also, you have to understand how to speak man language. Mm-hmm. So each, side needs to understand the other person's side. And that's, where a lot of complications happen in relationships, is because a man is doing something and the woman is misinterpreting what he's expressing, and vice versa. And a woman's doing something, the man he's misinterpreting what she's expressing. And so there's a lot of miscommunication, and a lot of times there are relationships that could have been really good that fell flat because of that miscommunication. So I always try to teach each side, okay, you got to understand, as a man, you have to understand women will be this way. As a woman, you have to understand men are going to be this way. And once you understand those things, then you're better off, when it comes to you interacting with the opposite sex.
If you ask a man what he wants, the usual answer is feed me, fuck me, and leave me alone.
Yeah, that's pretty much what men want.
See, I have it all figured out. but then it's like women want so much more, and the man has to meet her halfway.
And that's the balance. You see what I mean? Because if a woman's giving the man what he wants, the man has to give the woman what she wants. So it's sort of like, if the guy's like, hey, feed me, fuck me, and leave me alone, but the woman is like, I want to, some attention, I want you to talk to me, I want you to hear what I'm saying, then there has to be that trade-off. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? So even though she's leaving him alone, there's going to be times where he needs to actually be there for her in that time of need or whatever it is. You see
Absolutely.
what I mean? So it's that back and forth that has to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you said you get a lot of email from people, and at the beginning of your career, like your friends and all that stuff. What were some of the biggest things that men would ask you for help on, and what was the biggest things that women would ask you for help on?
Yeah, usually for guys, it was mainly just how to get more sex. So that's actually why I came out with the book How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day, because the book, it teaches guys how to step up the game to have more options. So, it's one of those things where it's not necessarily where you're going to actually want to have sex with two women every day. You know what I mean? Because people ask me like, how is that going to work? Is that feasible? What's going on? So, but it's something that gives you more options,
The way my bank account is set up.
Yeah, exactly, right? I'm going to be tired by Wednesday, damn.
Right, exactly. You're tired doing it every day, but you have the option to do that if you want.
Yeah.
So for men, most of their questions are really just about getting sex, because for men, it's hard for most guys to get sex.
Right.
You know what I mean? You only have a small percentage of guys who get sex on a regular basis or as much as they want. Then you have guys who they don't know when's the next time they're ever going to have sex. And so for women, the questions that I get the most is how to keep a guy interested. So, for women, it's nothing to get sex, but it's like, okay, how do I keep him interested after we have sex? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's the thing that was usually like the question that women would ask me and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, do you ever do any like one-on-one work in the city? Like, you ever like go out on wingman for somebody?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what I do with my one-on-one coaching. So sometimes I would take a guy out, have him like talk to women. First, I would sort of see like where he's at and everything, assess where he's at, and then we would go out and I'd have him interact with women, talk to women. And for every guy, it's different. When we're doing one-on-one things, because certain guys, they'll have issues with just being able to communicate with girls. Some guys, their issue is just learning how to flirt and be sexual with women, certain things. So it all depends on the guy. But yeah, I definitely like take them out and have them interact with the opposite sex when they're out there making it happen. So, yeah.
And like, do you have a success here? Like, you had guys going from like, turtle to rabbit, like really quiet and shy
definitely. Well, and it's funny because there's guys who I've never even met who like I would do, just like through email coaching, and they would say like, hey, I went from actually not being able to approach a girl to, going out every week, and now I'm getting phone numbers and going on dates. I had a guy who was in his he was in his late 30s, almost going on 40, who was a virgin. And he ended up having sex within like a month and a half of me like coaching him and stuff. So, it's a lot of it's really just about the person applies themselves, because you do have people who they want success but they don't want to do the work. And so I tell those people, well, it's not going to work with us working together now, because I can't work with you if you're not ready to do something. You know what I mean? It's kind of like taking someone to the gym and you're a personal trainer, but they don't want to lift any weights or do anything. They're not going to, get the body they want. So they actually have to want to do it. So the people who want to do it, I take those people on, and then we actually make progress.
How do you get people to step out of their comfort zone?
Well, it depends, because some people, some people actually don't want to step out the comfort zone.
Right.
So some of those people, I just can't work with those people at the time. So I always say, hey, when you're ready, I'm here. So let me know when you're ready. Like, you can come back anytime. But the thing is, I don't necessarily force anyone, because the thing I always tell people is, you can't really make anyone do anything. The person has to want to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then so them wanting to do it is the vehicle for them to actually get the progress. So I can't talk the person into doing it, and I can't like hypnotize them and say, hey, I think you should do this. I can only do so much as far as say, hey, I think you could benefit from this, and this, but the person has to see the benefit in it, and also has to have the desire to move forward. And once I see that they're ready to do that, then it's like, yes, let's go. But if they're not ready to do that, it's like, I say, hey, once you're ready, I'm here and we can make that happen. So I've had people like that where they weren't ready to really, take the step, and then they came back and then they were ready, and then we went in and did it. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. So you said, so now on the guy side, you said that their pretty much goal was to get more sex or have sex in the first place. But and with the girls, you said that they wanted to keep the guy interested in them after they had sex. What are their success stories? Did they go out to? Did they like get married, move in, or anything like that with their significant other? What was their success stories?
You talking about as far as the women?
Yes, as far as the women, yes.
Yeah. So most of the women actually that I've coached, it's like 90%, a thing about trying to keep the guy interested. So yeah, a lot of women that I've coached, they've actually had boyfriends. I had a few, like 2 or 3 people that wrote me back personally that told me that they got engaged and all that other stuff. I got to follow up with them to see how they're doing now. But what it is that what I tell women is this, and this is just the quick synopsis of it. But of course it gets a little deeper. But for women, it's really easy to keep a man interested. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the short answer of it is that you have to be better than your vagina. That's it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so what that means is that you have to display qualities that men like that have nothing to do with sex.
Like my scrambled eggs.
So,
but Mr. Locario, you haven't had my scrambled eggs, so you don't even know.
I'm sure they're perfect. I mean, just the fact that you're making scrambled eggs, that's like
right.
Perfect. That's great. You know
that's true
what I mean?
too.
I know some women who can cook. I know.
Right.
It's the struggle.
So if a guy is with a woman, but also too, what I always say to women too is that the guy also has to be at a state in his mind where he wants to be in a relationship. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the part that women don't understand is that some guys actually just don't want to be in a relationship, or at the time, or you have some guys that don't ever want to be in a relationship, and then you also have guys who are dying to be in a relationship. So you got to sort of figure out who you're dealing with. Yeah. So you're not going to be able to turn that guy who just absolutely doesn't want a relationship into a guy who wants that. It's just usually not going to work out that way. He's not there in his mind at the time. It's not saying that it can't change, but at the moment he's not. So it's kind of like a waste of time to try to do that and try to make that happen with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. All right. What does your quote, "The truth is inside you," mean?
Right. So that's a quote that I've been saying for years, and basically what it means is that what's true to you, you already know, right? So, but the thing is that you have to actually sit with yourself and ask yourself, what exactly do you want? So, for example, for me, my ex-girlfriend, me and her were monogamous, mm-hmm. right? Yeah. But I didn't want to be monogamous, but I was just being monogamous because I thought that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But the truth was I didn't want to be monogamous. You see what I mean? So, yeah. So once I was honest with myself, what happened was that I attracted someone else into my life who wanted the same exact thing that I wanted, which is my wife. Yeah. So then when we got together, everything was just like perfect as far as how the relationship was going, because I was being honest with myself, and then I found out my truth, and then therefore I was able to attract someone who connects with me where I'm at. So that's the kind of what I mean by the truth is inside you. You have to look inside yourself and say, what do I really want? What am I really about? What are the things I like? What are the things I don't like? And be brutally honest with yourself, and then go for those things instead of trying to do things based off of what you think you should be doing or what other people expect from you. It has to be coming from you. And basically a lot of the things that you want, it could change over time. It could it could be different from today till a few years from now, but just figure out what do you want right now and then go after that and then make that happen. You know what I mean? And you can adjust as time goes on or whatever it is.
Okay. How long have you been married?
We've been married for coming up in January, it's gonna make 4 years, but we've been together for 11 years.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's been a minute.
yeah, that's a minute, all right.
Yeah.
Wow, all right, that's good. Congrats on that. All right, so let's do a little test on me. All right, give me 3 tips, because for me, I mean, if anybody has been listening to the podcast, I am not a Casanova. I really can't get chicks. So can you give me 3 tips that I can be doing that can at least improve my chances on getting a girl?
Well, first I would say you need to stop telling yourself you can't get girls.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Locario. I like him already. You know what? I was going to write him off at the beginning of this podcast because I have a bad taste in my mouth because I dated a dating coach.
Yeah.
Really?
And he was on the podcast before. He's
Right.
a friend of the podcast, but that's it.
Man.
But, I mean, I was going to write you off, but go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Let this man speak.
I was gonna say first, stop saying you can't get girls, because what you tell yourself is what you subconsciously program yourself to believe, and then you act that out in real life. And I actually talk about this in my first chapter of How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day. I have a chapter called Being the Man and Becoming the Man, and it's all about reprogramming your mind to understand that you are the type of guy that women want, and then you approach women with that energy. So I would say first, you got to sort of keep telling yourself, even when it seems like it's not going to happen or that it's not true to you, you just have to say to yourself, yo, I'm the type of guy women want. I can get girls and all this other stuff, because then it's going to start to resonate, at a certain point, and then you're going to start getting more girls. Also, what I would say too, the next tip is, just be more bold. I always tell guys that the more bold you are, the more progress you're going to make. Meaning, so for example, a lot of guys hesitate when they see women that they want to talk to. They talk themselves out of talking to a woman. They rationalize why they shouldn't go up to that girl. And you should just go up and just start talking, because a lot of it is just really that sort of like stage fright. It's sort of that thing where you have that fear, but once you're on the stage, it's not that big of a deal. You understand? It's not as scary as you thought it was in your mind. So it's kind of like once you're there and once you're in that moment, then things start actually rolling. So I say just be extremely bold. And also the third thing I would say is just accept that you're going to get rejected. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I have a saying called expect affection but accept rejection. So I always say expect that every woman that you talk to wants to have sex with you. You understand? Like, that's how I think. When I talk to a girl, I think every girl wants to have sex with me. That's just my mindset, right? Yeah. But I also accept the fact that I'm going to get rejected at some point, because there are things that, I might go up to a girl and she might have a boyfriend, she might be a lesbian, I might not be her type, whatever it is. You understand? But I accept that as part of the game and understand that everybody gets rejected. So a lot of times guys, they think, okay, well, I'm probably not good looking enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have this. I don't have that, which is why girls aren't going to like me. But every guy gets rejected, so it doesn't matter. You're going to get rejected, so just accept that that's going to happen, so that you don't let that stop you from actually going and talking to girls. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say.
Awesome. Very, very sound advice. Yeah, really good advice.
Better start applying that shit, boy.
Damn. All right, Jen. I will. Jesus Christmas. You got anything else?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't need advice.
Whoa, excuse me.
Came down packed.
I know, right? Do you where do you hold your classes? Do you have an actual class, or do you do it online, or what do you do?
Right. So what I have is I actually have a membership program for guys called the Bad Boy Membership. And so what that is, and you can sign up for that at badboymembership.com. And so what it is it's a monthly program, and what I do is that I teach different things as far as learning how to interact with women, different things in your game, and it's 45 through 90-minute audio or video dating advice tutorial. So, for example, I'll have a tutorial on there called How to Get Girls from the Club Back to Your Place. I have another one called How to improve your inner game. I have a program on there called The Art of Flirting. Another one called How to Build Sexual Tension with a Woman. So there's all these different things that I do. It takes you step by step. So even if you're a beginner or intermediate or whatever, you can learn from all of these things. You just watch the videos, follow the steps, and then implement that into the game that you're doing with with these women. And also for women, I have a program called How to Find and Keep Him, which is a course that you can take, and I go through the steps of understanding, what men are about, what men want, how you can become a more attractive woman, how you can find the type of guy you really want, all these different things that will help a woman out when it comes to interacting with men. And also I have different books, programs, DVD programs, audio programs for men and women, all on my site, mrlocario.com. So I have all that stuff.
Now, do you teach men communication? Because a lot of them don't know how to do that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Don't look at me like that, Martini.
I'm just saying.
These are facts.
You were very specific with that question. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no, I definitely do that because that's a big issue, especially even with like a lot of online dating too. Is that a lot of guys have trouble communicating with women online and getting them offline to actually go on dates and do whatever like that. So I kind of help guys do that. And also help women with communication skills too. Because I teach women sort of how to communicate with guys in a sense that's going to make her seem more interesting to him, as far as not just because I'll be honest, guys, when we look at you and talk to you, it's just sex. We're like sex. But the thing that makes a guy actually interested in you is he's thinking sex, and then you say something and he's like, whoa, like, wait a second, this girl's interesting. And then that makes you're the girl he's thinking about calling again after he has sex with you. You see what I mean? So
yeah,
that's what I try to like get to, when I coach women and talk to women, to get them in that sort of like, in that sort of realm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
all right. So just like Jen said, you're teaching, do you teach men how to communicate? Do you teach women not to be so modest in the bedroom? Like, do you teach them to throw down?
Oh yeah, I tell them that they should, and also too, just overall, I tell women to be more open sexually. You know what I mean? Because this is what I say is that for a woman, like, okay, this is like, it's kind of like if you're, for women, the men are sort of like your customers, and for men, the women are your customers. So it's like, what's going to get your customer to want to buy? What's going to make them want to buy into you? Yeah. You know what I mean? And so what I tell women is that, men are first. You got to meet men at sex first, and then everything else is later in most cases. Mm-hmm. And so if you're not being, really, freaky in the room, or you're holding back too much or whatever, that's not going to be a good thing for that guy, because he's going to be bored. He's going to be like, oh, I don't really know about this. And so it's important for that to happen. But again, for women too, it's more so them getting more in tune with themselves first, because a lot of times the reason why it doesn't happen that well in a bedroom when it comes to women, because you always hear women say they have trouble orgasming. Yeah. The reason why a lot of women have trouble getting an orgasm is because they're in their own head while the sexual act is happening. So what I always tell people is that your orgasm actually comes from you. It's not other people. You understand? Like, a lot of people say, oh, you can't make this person, you didn't make me come. And I'm like, no, it's not me that's making you come. I can assist you, but it's still up to you to reach that orgasm. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I say for women, is that the more free you are with your sexuality, the more it's going to come out when you're interacting with a guy, and then the experience as a whole is going to be even more pleasurable for you and him, which makes him, get more connected to you. You see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
you gotta get out of your head.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Cool. So, where can our listeners find you?
Yeah. So definitely, you guys can hit me up at my website, which is mrlocario.com. That's mrlocario.com. Also, you guys can hit me up at Bad Boy Membership. For any guys that want to be on the membership, go to badboymembership.com. And if you have any questions, just hit me up at askmrlocario@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right.
Sweet. And where can they get your books?
Yeah, and you can get all my books at my site, mrlocario.com, or you can go to amazon.com to get my books. So either way you want to do it, you can get it at either one of those sites. All right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the show, Mr. Locario.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah. It was really good. It was really fun, really informative. I learned a lot. And thank you for those 3 tips.
Definitely, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll let you know if he's using them or not.
Right.
She'll let you know. Trust me.
I'll make sure he is.
All right, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Bye.
All right, you have a good night.
You too.
See ya.
All right, peace.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
He's mad cool. I like him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought I was gonna hate him. I really did. I was like, ugh, another Noble. Shout out to Noble. How you doing in Cali?
Yeah. So yeah, because you're the one who really was watching his material, and you weren't liking it too much. So I was
It
like,
wasn't that I wasn't liking it. It was just like, it triggered that thing in me with Noble.
yeah,
like,
yeah. Yeah. Or like he seemed more like a pickup artist, right?
Right.
Yeah. So,
But everything he said made sense, like psychology wise. So I was like, oh, okay, I can't even argue this. And it's just his delivery too. Like his delivery is kind of like real, as opposed to like where other people, when they say it, you feel like you're being like schmoozed.
yes, yeah.
You're like, well, this is what you gotta do if you want a girl. What, bitch? Shut up. So, I mean, yeah, I like what he had to say, and I think everyone does need a little bit of help here and there. I think that like sometimes we lose our confidence, especially, like after all your hit and misses, you're just kind of like, fuck, I don't have the mojo anymore.
I've been there.
I know. I've been there too. Don't think I haven't.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Just because you think I have a roster somewhere.
You're saying you'd either be married or single. Like, you wouldn't be in a relationship?
If it gets to like my birthday and things haven't changed, then yeah, I'm not doing this much longer past 2 years of monotony,
Okay.
So yeah, I'd be single
All right.
with a roster, because that's how I do. Jesus.
No, I'm just saying I've been there constantly, and yeah, I do get in my head about like, man.
But that's why I told you the other day, fake it till you make it.
True.
That's kind of like what he's saying though, but he's saying like you just got to tell yourself this is who I are. You got to use positive affirmation statements.
Yeah.
I am this. I am that, and
Yeah,
not
yeah.
I am.
A
not,
loser.
Right? Not those positive.
I am a loser.
No, bitch. Like, I am attractive. I am friendly. I am loving. I am caring. I am
Right.
wanted.
Yeah.
Just make it happen. You say it enough, you're gonna be like, motherfucker, I am.
Right. But here's the thing. So let's say you have a chick that you're trying to holler at, or not even, you're just talking to a chick, and you do have that affirmation. You're like, yeah, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm this, and you got yourself. But how do you even know that you even like the chick? Because you're so concentrating on yourself being I am, and you're quote unquote wasting it on the chick. You're like, oh, well, I really don't even like you. What am I doing?
Right, but I mean, so you,
do you understand what I'm
it's
saying?
just practice.
Mm-hmm.
I am this, I am that, and be like, I am not for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's a very good possibility that that's what the manifestation is.
Yeah.
You cool, but this is not for me either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because you think a person would be good for you, like sometimes you get to know them and you're like, nah.
The reason why I'm laughing is because I do the same exact thing. Like, nah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when I first met Noble, I was like, oh my god, he's nice, he's cute, blah blah blah. This is like long, 2007. I don't know, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Maybe more than that, 11.
Right.
And I was like, oh my god, yeah. And then like I remember one day I was like, you're just not for me, and I'm okay with that. Like this is not good.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, we good. No, we're not. We're just not.
Yeah.
Like I was rebounding from Brooklyn and was like, oh, he's cute. He's a real man. No, he's a real asshole. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you know. Then you're like, no, this is not for me. Like, I lied to myself because I needed to. Because I didn't want to be alone. Because I didn't want to feel X, Y, and Z. And this is not for me, and neither are you. So bye. And then you start to feel even more empowered because you know what you want. And you're like, I'm not settling for anything less than what I want.
Yeah.
So y'all can step.
Y'all can step.
Even that bitch with the big butt. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know, and then you just start getting like real cocky about it. And that's okay because as long as you're not like rude to people, like that cockiness like looks like confidence, and women do find that attractive.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh,
yeah. No, but just like he was saying, because the quote unquote bad boy is more honest as opposed to the nice guy. The nice guy is gonna tell you what you want to hear.
Right, like married guy was the nice guy at first.
Yeah.
Wooing me at the club.
Yeah.
You know, and then he became the bad boy, like, yeah, I am married, but whatever. And he still lied, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but, you know, then it was like, I'm married, so if you want this, here it is. No.
If you want this, here it is.
No.
Like,
I don't.
It's been other places.
But he's like, I've been thinking about you. Lies. Like, I've been thinking about torching your house. So.
Angela Bassett style with the car.
Like, there's that.
No, I hear you.
But yeah, I mean, if you're in the New York area and you need a dating coach, you know.
Yeah, hit up Mr. Locario.
I guess if you're in LA, hit up Noble, because I think he's still doing his thing over there.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely sign up for his classes. I mean, he told you the information, and we'll sure to put the information in the description of this episode on our website, actually. Definitely, and you will also be able to get his books through our website too.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
So you can get
in our store.
Yeah, in our
I
store.
gotta update the store. I'm a little slow with that sometimes.
That's all right. That's all right.
I wish we could just have like a link with the search engine, but
yeah, that'd be dope. I don't know. We really need to
work it out.
Yeah. You know what? Let's freaking put this out. If there's any people who knows how to do a website and want to help us out, we're trying to remix our website and make it all snazzy. So
yeah,
can you like help us out?
hit us up. We'll shout you out. We'll do whatever we need to do.
Yeah, please.
We'll give you like some free books or something. I don't know.
Something.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, and we'll definitely
some
shout you out too.
Advice.
Yeah, whatever, man. And we'll if you want to call us up, we'll even talk to you and be like, "What's up?" You know. And yeah, since this is episode 90, we're 10 episodes. Yes, 10 episodes away from episode 100. So we need to find out what you guys want us to do, because we are in a bind. We actually don't know what we want to do for the 100th episode. Some people have been giving us suggestions, but not enough. You need to hit us up on Twitter or on Facebook and let us know what you guys want us to do. We'll pretty much do anything. I don't know if you want us to do like a live stream.
We're not stripping.
I'll strip if it gets anybody to freaking write to us.
Ladies, now's your chance.
So yeah, we can either do a live stream, invite who's your favorite guest? Maybe we can have them on the show. Just whatever. Just give us freaking suggestions, man. Damn, write in. You know.
I think cool guest would be April and the Moran brothers.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "What is up with them?"
yeah, she would. She totally would.
But they'd have fun together, bouncing off of each other.
Yeah. They would have fun. Just like, man, I need to hang out with y'all more. Yeah, it'd be great. So yeah, please. Okay, so write to us at bedlovebeyond@gmail.com to give us any suggestions about the 100th episode. Or are you feeling what Mr. Locario had to say? Or you like, nah, don't do that. I'll give you suggestions or whatever. You know, hit us up at bedlovebeyond@gmail.com. Go to our website, www.bedlovebeyond.com. You can see more articles and episodes. We have all the episodes up or on our on podcast services. You can give us a telephone call or text us at 201-862-8bed. That is 201-862-8233. You can give us topics that you'd like us to talk about if we haven't hit a topic that you would like us to talk about. Also, again, suggestions for the 100th episode. And we're going to keep asking until the 100th episode comes up. So please, you can talk to our fans at www.facebook.com/bedlovebeyond. Talk to each other. Yeah. Talk to each other about like, yeah, what should we make them do for the 100th episode? Or you can follow us at bedlovebeyond on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube. And you can hit all those things up to all those social media platforms to hit us up about the 100th episode or anything if you just want to say hi, what's up, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. All right? So thank you for listening to us on Podbean, iTunes, Pocket Cast, Stitcher, and
Google Play Music.
And please rate, review, like, and subscribe to us on any of the devices that you listen to. That is the end of the show. My name is Martini.
Still Jen.
All right, see you guys.